They said the locks on our doors violated community policy. What they meant was, they didn't like the idea of two old people having privacy. My wife and I had lived in that same brick house for 37 years. We raised kids there, planted trees that now shaded the street, and changed the locks only once, last month. After the old brass ones rusted shut, it was nothing more than routine maintenance for safety, but the HOA saw new locks as an act of rebellion. They came knocking 3 days later. A man in a golf shirt with the HOA logo, clipboard in hand, 2 others standing behind. Him like muscle. We need the master key, he said. Board policy requires emergency access. I told him politely that the locksmith we hired was licensed and that our doors were our business. He smirked, pointed to a highlighted paragraph on a policy sheet, and said, if you don't provide keys voluntarily, we'll replace the locks ourselves. I thought he was bluffing until I heard the drill. The sound echoed through the hallway like gunfire. My wife was trembling. They can't do this, she whispered. But they did. They cracked our lock open, made a copy, and taped a compliance notice to our door as if they were law enforcement. We sat in silence for a long time, humiliated in our own living room. That night, I called our son. He lives 2 states away, but when he heard my voice shake, he didn't hesitate. Dad, he said, don't do anything. I'll handle this. He's not a lawyer, but he might as well be one when he's angry. He arrived by Friday, calm, quiet, surgical. He started by taking pictures. Every notice, every screw hole, every bit of damage they'd caused. He didn't shout. He just smiled, that cold, dangerous smile I'd only seen once before when someone tried to shortchange him on a deal. They want to play policy? He said. We'll bury them in it. He spent the weekend reading the bylaws, the state statutes, the county housing codes. He found gold in the fine print. HOA access rules didn't apply to private residences without notarized consent and an approved warrant. Clause filed with the county clerk. Not only had they violated privacy, they'd committed unlawful entry, felony trespass. By Monday morning, our porch looked like a war. Room folders labeled evidence printouts of legal codes, time-stamped photos, even a recording of the drill. Sound he'd enhanced for clarity. My son filed 3 complaints in a single day. County housing, attorney general's office, and local media. Then he called the HOA president himself. You entered my parents' house without legal right, he said. You have 24 hours to admit fault or prepare for litigation. They laughed. The next morning, reporters were parked on the street. The story hit the evening news. Elderly couples, HOA break-in sparks legal firestorm. Neighbors turned on the board overnight. Emails leaked. Turns out this wasn't their first inspection. Within a week, the county attorney opened a criminal inquiry. The HOA's insurance dropped them. The locksmith lost his license. And that smug man with the clipboard? He was filmed by a local reporter trying to apologize at our doorstep while my son stood behind me, arms crossed, silent as justice. When it was over, the HOA disbanded. Every member resigned. My wife finally slept without checking the locks. I never changed the new ones again. They stay polished, solid, unbroken. A reminder that you don't threaten old people who raised someone who knows the law better than you know your own arrogance. Type the word lock if you think safety has to be given high priority.